Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Now I know what you're thinking. Ellen DeGeneres? Relationship advice? Isn't she the one who dances with celebrities and scares her guests? And to that I say, you got me. But you know what? Even I, with my dance moves and love of surprises, know a thing or two about relationships. And today, we're tackling a topic that's trickier than trying to teach Portia how to do the nay-nay, the dreaded friend zone. Specifically, we're talking about those sneaky little phrases girls might say that actually mean, you're a great friend, and that's it. But don't worry, I'm here to help you decode those signals and maybe, just maybe, turn that friendship into something more. So buckle up, grab your snacks, and get ready for some relationship realness Ellen style. Chapter 1. Buddy? Pal, Houston, we have a problem. Okay, let's start with the basics. We've all been there, right? You're interested in someone and you think things are going well. Then out of nowhere, she calls you buddy or pal. It's like a record scratch moment. You start questioning everything. What did I do wrong? Is there any hope? Well, let's dive into this. If a girl you're interested in constantly calls you buddy, pal, or my personal favorite friend, well, she might actually mean it. It's not necessarily a death sentence for your romantic aspirations, but it's definitely a sign you need to change your approach. I know. It's like a punch to the gut with a pillowcase full of oranges. It stings, it's confusing, and it leaves you wondering what to do next. But don't worry, there's a way to navigate this tricky situation. But before you despair, remember this. Words are powerful, but actions speak louder. It's time to take a step back and reassess how you're presenting yourself. Are you coming off as just a friend? Or are you showing her that you're interested in something more? So how do you shift the dynamic? Subtlety is key, my friends. You don't want to come on too strong and scare her away, but you also don't want to stay in the friend zone forever. It's a delicate balance. Instead of acting like just a friend, start showing her you're interested in something more. This doesn't mean you have to make grand gestures right away. Start small. Maybe give her a compliment that goes beyond the usual, you're such a good friend. Compliment her on something other than her amazing personality, though that's important too. Maybe her dress or her sense of humor. Notice the little things that make her unique and let her know you see them. Make eye contact. Hold her gaze just a little longer than usual. This can create a moment of connection that words often can't. It shows confidence and interest without saying a word. And for goodness sake, stop talking about your fantasy football league and start asking about her dreams and aspirations. Show genuine interest in her life, her goals, and her passions. This will set you apart from the rest. Remember, you're trying to win her heart, not her over in a game of fantasy sports. It's about building a deeper connection and showing her that you're more than just a buddy or a pal. So take a deep breath, be yourself, and let your actions speak for your intentions. Chapter 2. She's talking about other guys. Time to change the channel. This one's a tough one, folks. It's never easy to hear your crush talk about other guys. It can feel like a punch to the gut, leaving you questioning your own worth and place in her life. I mean, who wants to hear about their crush gushing over someone else? It's like a constant reminder that you're not the one she's thinking about. It can be disheartening and make you feel like you're just a background character in her story. It's like biting into a delicious-looking cookie and realizing it's actually oatmeal raisin. You were expecting something sweet and satisfying, but instead you got something that leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. But here's the thing. She's telling you this for a reason. Maybe she's trying to gauge your reaction, or maybe she's just oblivious to your feelings. It could be her way of testing the waters, seeing if you care enough to react. Maybe she's trying to gauge your reaction, or maybe she's just oblivious to your feelings. Either way, it's a signal that you need to pay attention to. It's an opportunity to show her that you care, but also to subtly shift the focus back to you. Either way, it's time to take back control of the conversation. Don't let the topic of other guys dominate your interactions. You have the power to steer the conversation in a direction that highlights your connection and shared experiences. When she starts talking about some other guy, Gently steer the conversation back to the two of you. Ask her about her day, her interests, or something fun you did together recently. This not only shifts the focus, but also reminds her of the bond you share. Talk about something fun you did together or bring up a shared interest. Maybe there's a hobby you both enjoy or a memorable experience you had. These topics can reignite the spark and make her see you in a different light. The goal is to remind her that you're not just a sounding board for her dating life. You're someone she enjoys spending time with. You're a person with your own unique qualities and experiences that make you special. And who knows, maybe you'll even make her forget all about Mr. Oatmeal Raisin. By focusing on the positive aspects of your relationship, you can create a stronger, more meaningful connection that goes beyond just friendship. Chapter 3. No physical contact. Time to break down that touch barrier. Alright, let's talk about physical touch. Now, I'm not saying you need to go full-on PDA on her, but a little bit of touch can go a long way. If she's constantly pulling away when you try to give her a hug or high five, that's a sign she might be keeping you firmly in the friend zone. But don't worry, there are ways to bridge that gap. Start small. A light touch on the arm when you're making a point. A playful nudge when she makes you laugh. These little gestures can help break down those physical barriers and show her that you're interested in more than just friendship. And who knows, maybe one day that hug will linger just a little bit longer. Chapter 4. Always stuck in a group? Let's get some one-on-one time. Listen, I love a good group hang as much as the next person, but if you're always stuck in a crowd, it's going to be tough to build that deeper connection you're looking for. Think about it. How are you supposed to gaze into her eyes and tell her how you really feel when you're surrounded by a dozen of your closest friends? So how do you escape the group? Suggest doing something just the two of you. Maybe there's a new coffee shop you've been wanting to try or a museum exhibit you know she'd love. The key is to create opportunities for intimacy and connection that you just can't get in a group setting. Chapter 5. She's asking for relationship advice. Time to turn the tables. This one's a classic friend zone move. She's telling you about her relationship problems, and you're stuck playing the role of the supportive friend, nodding along and offering advice you wish you could take yourself. But here's the thing. You don't have to play that role. Instead of giving her advice, use this as an opportunity to talk about your own relationship goals. When she asks for your opinion on her dating life, gently turn it around and say something like, I've been thinking a lot about relationships lately, and this will shift the conversation away from her love life and onto the possibility of a relationship with you. Chapter 6. Don't want to ruin the friendship. Time to show her what she's missing. The dreaded "I don't want to ruin the friendship" line. It's like a get-out-of-jail-free card for the friend zone. But here's the thing. Sometimes, the best relationships start as friendships. So how do you overcome this hurdle? Show her what she's missing. Continue to be the amazing, supportive friend you are, but don't be afraid to flirt a little, to be a little more vulnerable, to show her the romantic side of you. The goal is to make her realize that not only would a relationship not ruin your friendship, it would actually make it even more amazing. Chapter 7. She's setting you up. Time to take matters into your own hands. Okay, this one's a tough one to swallow. I mean, she's practically playing Cupid, except you're not the one shooting the arrows. It's like she's got this grand plan, and you're just a pawn in her matchmaking game. You might feel like you're being pushed into a corner, and it's frustrating, right? But let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. It's like being handed a menu at a restaurant and finding out the only thing you can order is a side of sadness. You see all these delicious options, but none of them are available to you. It's disheartening, and it feels like you're missing out on something great. But remember, this isn't the end of the world. It's just a temporary setback. But don't despair. Just because she's trying to set you up with someone else doesn't mean it's over. In fact, this could be an opportunity in disguise. Maybe she's unaware of your feelings, or perhaps she's trying to gauge your reaction. Either way, it's a chance for you to take control of the situation and steer it in the direction you want. It just means you need to be more direct. Tell her you appreciate her matchmaking skills, but you're interested in someone else. Be honest and straightforward. Let her know that while you value her efforts, your heart is set on a different path. This is your moment to be clear about your intentions and feelings. And then drop the bomb. You're interested in her? Yes, it might be nerve-wracking, but it's the truth that needs to be said. She deserves to know how you feel, and you deserve to express your emotions openly. This is a pivotal moment, and it could change everything. It's time to lay your cards on the table and see what happens. Take a deep breath, gather your courage, and make your move. This is your chance to take control of your destiny and see where it leads. The outcome might surprise you. The worst that can happen is she says no, but at least you'll know for sure. And knowing is better than living in uncertainty. So take the leap, be brave, and embrace whatever comes next. This is your story, and you have the power to shape it. You got this. So there you have it, folks. My guide to escaping the friend zone, Ellen style. Remember, relationships are like a good dance routine. They take time, effort, and maybe a few missteps along the way. But with a little bit of confidence, a dash of charm, and a whole lot of heart, you can turn that friendship into something truly special. And if all else fails, just remember, there are plenty of fish in the sea, and I hear some of them can even dance. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be kind to one another, and don't forget to subscribe.